transitioning from prison to community, substance abuse, and mental health support. Now, today, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this important conversation on supporting individuals as they transition from prison to the community. Today, we will discuss the critical challenges faced by individuals living incarceration, particularly regarding substance abuses and mental health support. We will also explore the best practices, community resources, and strategies for successful reintegration. Now, why this matters? That transition from prison can be a make or break period for individuals without proper support. Many face relapse, homelessness, and reoffending, but with the right help, they can build their lives successfully. Interact. Transitioning from prison to community, substance abuse and mental health support in the UK. Transitioning from prison back to society is a crucial period that presents numerous challenges, particularly concerning substance abuse and mental health support. Without proper assistance, individuals released from custody face an increased risk of relapse, homelessness, and reoffending. A lack of stable house and employment and access to healthcare can further exacerbate these issues. Several key statistics highlight the severity of these challenges in the UK. Substance abuse and recovery challenges that come with it are barriers to treatment. In 2021-2022 period, only 37.4% of adults released from prison successfully commenced community treatment within 3 weeks, reflecting a significant gap in continuity of care. Many individuals struggle to access addiction service upon release due to bureaucratic delays, stigma, and financial barriers. The sudden shift from a controlled prison environment to complete freedom often leads to impulsive decision making and substance misuse. Now, the lack of pre release planning, many prisons do not provide adequate pre release planning for individuals struggling with addiction. Programs that connect with inmates in community based recovery services before their release have been shown to significantly improve treatment engagement rates. Yet, many institutions fail to implement these measures effectively to the people. Mental health concerns among former inmates. Higher prevalence of mental health illnesses. Individuals in prison exhibit disproportionately high rate of mental illness disorder compared to the general population. Studies suggest that over 70% of prisoners experience at least one mental health condition, including depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Impact of solitary confinement and trauma, extended periods of isolation, violence, and institutionalization contribute to deteriorating mental health. Many individuals leave prison with untreated traumas, which can lead to self medication through drugs or alcohol or increase their risk of. Many individuals leave prison with untreated trauma, which can lead to self medication and through drugs or alcohol and release their risk of relapse. Now, limited access of mental health services post release. Upon release, former inmates often struggle to access mental health services due to long waiting lists, stigma, and the lack of knowledge about available resources. Without proper psychological help, many individuals struggle to regenerate successfully into the environment, into the society. Importance of continuity of care, the critical period for support. The period immediately after release is crucial, and as an individual faces a significantly heightened risk of overdose, suicide, and reoffending within the first 3 to 6 months. Gaps in community supervision and healthcare access. While some probation and parole programs aim to support reintegration, many lack the resource to provide consistent monitoring and healthcare referrals. ensuring continuity of care through structured reentry programs, medication assisted treatment, and mental health counseling can drastically improve outcomes. Now, public opinion on rehabilitation versus punishment. We have to shift the attitudes towards alternative sentencing. A recent public opinion survey found that 47% of respondents favor community sentences for non-violent offenders over imprisonment, emphasizing the growing recognition that the incarceration alone does not address the root causes of criminal behavior. And now, the support for addiction and mental health treatment over incarceration. The majority of those surveyed believe that individuals struggling with substance use disorder and mental health conditions should receive treatment rather than imprisonment, highlighting a shift towards rehabilitation focused policies. Now, all this says is that the need for system to change. These statistics underscore the urgent need to enhance the support system and prioritize the substance abuse treatment, mental health care, and stable reintegration pathways for individuals leaving prison. The effective solution for them can be expanding access to community based addiction treatment, ensuring timely intervention, strengthening mental health services tailored to formerly incarcerated individuals, implementing comprehensive pre release planning to connect individuals with necessary resources before they leave prison, strengthening mental health services tailored to formerly incarcerated individuals, implementing comprehensive pre release planning to connect individuals with necessary resources before they leave the prison. Now, promoting rehabilitation focused policies that address the root causes of criminal behavior rather than relying solely on the punitive measures. By investing in robust support system, the UK can reduce relapse rates, improve public safety, and foster long-term recovery and reintegration for individuals transitioning from prison to the community. The need for transitioning from prison to the community. The transition from prison to the community is a crucial process that impacts not only the individual being released, but also their families, the communities, societies as a whole. Without proper support, many former inmates face challenges that lead to high relapse rates, homelessness, unemployment, and untreated mental health of substance use disorder. Addressing these issues through structured reintegration programs is essential for reducing reoffending, improving public safety, and fostering successful rehabilitation, reducing relapse and reoffending rates. Studies indicate that nearly 50% of released prisons in the UK reoffended within the 1 year. 1 year. The risk of reoffending is highest in the first 6 months post release, particularly for individuals without stable housing, employment, or community support. We need comprehensive reintegration programs that can help inmates develop skills, secure housing, and access mental health and addiction treatment, significantly reducing the likelihood of returning to the prison. Addressing mental health, substance use disorders. A large portion of incarcerated individuals suffer from mental health conditions such as depression, PTSD, anxiety, which often go untreated in prison. Over 70% of prisoners in the UK have at least one mental health disorder. Substance abuse is a major factor in reoffending. Many individuals turn to drugs or alcohol or as a coping mechanism after release. The continuity of care is crucial. Studies show that those who receive mental health and addiction treatment post release are less likely to relapse into crime or substance abuse. Now, preventing homelessness and social marginalization. 1 in 7 prisoners in the UK leave prison without a stable home. Homelessness increases the risk of reoffending, substance use relapse, and mental health deterioration. Secure and supportive housing programs such as transitional housing and sober living homes provide a stable foundation for successful reintegration, improving employment and economic stability. Former inmates often struggle to find jobs due to criminal records, stigma, and lack of skills or work experiences. Only 25% of individuals are employed within 1 year of release from the prison. Employment rate reduces the likelihood of reoffending by providing financial independence, structure, and a sense of purpose. Vocational training and second chance employment program play a crucial role in helping former inmates reintegrate successfully into the society. Strengthening of family community ties does help as well. Reintegrating into the society can be emotionally and psychologically overwhelming for both the individuals and their family. Many individuals struggle to rebuild relationships with loved ones, especially if they have lacked communication or parenting skills in general. Family reunification programs and community support groups help rebuild trust, provide an emotional stability, and create a supportive environment for a successful transition. We have to enhance public safety and reduce the cost of society. When former inmates successfully reintegrate, crime rate decrease, leading to safer communities. Incarceration is costly. The UK spends approximately 40,000 per prisoner per year, which is a huge amount. Investing in rehabilitation and reintegration program is more cost effective than repeated reincarceration. Investing in rehabilitation and reintegration program is more cost effective than repeated incarceration, saving taxpayers money while improving societal outcomes. Now, urgent need for comprehensive support transitioning from prison to the community is a crucial period that requires structured support system in housing, employment, mental health, and addiction recovery. Without these, many individuals fall into the cycle of homelessness, substance abuse, reoffending, ultimately burdening the criminal justice system and society as a whole. By prioritizing rehabilitation over punishment, that ensures access to support services. It reduces systematic barriers. Communities can help former inmates rebuild their lives, contribute positively to the society, and break the cycle of reoffending. We have to understand the challenges, the reality of life after prison. The reintegrating into society after serving prison sentence is a complex and often overwhelming process. Many individuals face significant barriers upon release, which can contribute to relapse, reoffending, and deteriorating mental health. Without proper support, the cycle of incarceration continues, impacting not just the individual but also the family, community, and society at large. In 2022 alone, approximately 48,000 offenders were released from custody in England and Wales. This number is lower than pre pandemic levels, which saw an average of 69,000 annual release between 2015 and 2019. More than 50% of released individuals struggle with substance abuse and mental health conditions. And that's a report from 2022. The first 3 to 6 months post release are the most crucial for relapse and reoffending. As individuals navigate the challenges of freedom, reintegration, and survival. While release from prison is often viewed as a fresh start, the reality is far more difficult and uncertain. Many former offenders lack the resource or support or even skills needed to reintegrate into the society. The high risk of relapse is there, And why do many former offenders struggle post release? Lack of stable housing and employment. As said before, housing is a significant lack of stable housing and employment. Housing. A significant number of individuals leave prison without stable place to live. Many face immediate homelessness upon release. Difficulty securing rental housing due to criminal records, which causes a problem. Limited access to temporary shelters or halfway houses. Now, employments are often reluctant to hire individuals with a criminal history. Many lack job experiences or vocational training. Some have restricted access to work due to parole conditions, which again causes problems. Without a stable job or a stable home, individuals are more likely to return to crime or substance use. Now, the social stigma and isolation that comes with it is that many former prisoners experience rejections from family and friends and the community in their life. The stigma of having a criminal record can lead to self doubt, depression, and social withdrawal. Those with substance use disorder may struggle to reconnect with sober support networks. Limited access to healthcare and treatment is causing so much problem for these individuals. Many individuals receive treatment for mental health condition and substance abuse while in prison, but this case often stops after release. Without continued treatment, therapy, and medication, conditions like PTSD, depression, and addiction can quickly worsen. The lack of health insurance, the difficulty of navigating healthcare system creates an additional barrier to these people. Now, the lack of coping mechanism is also a problem. Prison life follows strict schedule and controlled environment. Upon release, individuals suddenly feel freedom with little structure, leading to feeling of anxiety and uncertainty. Many have not developed healthy coping skills to deal with stress, leading them back to the use of criminal activity. Now, the common mental health challenges that come with it. Many individuals leave prison with untreated or poorly managed mental health conditions, including PTSD, often due to traumatic experiences before or during incarceration. Depression and anxiety caused by long term isolation and lack of support and uncertainty about the future can also cause these things. Untreated traumas, such as many offenders have a history of abuse, violence, and neglect. Substance use disorders, over half untreated traumas. Many offenders have a history of abuse, violence, or neglect. Substance use disorders, over half of the released prisoners struggle with alcohol or drug addiction. Now, why mental health support matters? Improving mental health reduces the likelihood of relapse and reoffending. Many people in the justice systems have never received proper mental health care before. Now, providing therapy, medication, and counseling post release can significantly improve reintegration successful. The importance of community care, one of the biggest challenge for former prisoners is continuing treatment and support after the release. Now, why is that important though? Ensures that addiction treatment, mental health care, and medical needs are not suddenly discontinued. Helps maintain stability, reducing the risk of relapse, crisis, or reoffending. Providers' ongoing therapy and counseling help individuals navigate stress and triggers. Now, the key steps for ensuring continuity of care, though, pre release planning. Ensuring individuals have a pre release care plan in place. Identifying community based healthcare providers before release. They should have access to treatment, connecting individuals with mental health profession, addiction counselors, and medical care providers. Assisting with health insurance application and medication continuity. The support groups, rehabilitation programs are as necessary as everything else. Encouraging participants in AA, NA, and other peer support groups help a lot. Enrolling in vocational training or skill building workshops. When continuity of care is prioritized, long term reintegration success improves significantly. Moving forward, what needs to be changed to reduce the relapse and improve the reintegration outcomes and more supportive and structured approach? When continuity of care is prioritized, long term reintegration success improves significantly. Moving forward, what needs to change, right? To reduce relapse and improve reintegration customs outcomes, a more supportive and structured approach is needed. Now, what can be done is the question. Increase access to transition housing, more funding for halfway houses, transitional centers, and supportive housing programs is needed. Landlord initiatives to rent to former offenders, expand employment and skills training that can give them more vocational trainings and programs in prison. Employers encouraged to hire individuals with criminal records, enhance mental health and substance abuse treatment, stronger coordination between prison healthcare providers and community-based treatments programs, increased government support for mental health services is really required right now. Reduce the stigma and promote community support is also needed. Public awareness campaigns to reduce bias against formerly incarcerated individuals is needed. Encouraging family involvement into the reintegration process should be done. Why this matters is the question that comes in. Reintegration is more than just a re-entry to the society. It's about giving individuals a real chance to build their lives. Supporting former offenders benefits everyone. Fewer crimes, stronger communities, and reduced cost on the justice systems. Investing in mental health housing and employment programs leads to long-term success even in the society. Reducing stigma and offering second chances creates a fairer, more inclusive society. For individuals leaving prison, freedom alone is not enough. They need the right tools, the support, the opportunities to truly start their life from the start. Solutions and the best practices. Now, the road to reintegration. Transitioning from incarceration back into society is one of the most critical and vulnerable phases in a person's life. Without the right support system, many individuals fall back into the cycle of crime, addiction, and homelessness. A successful re-entry strategy requires a holistic approach that addresses mental health, addiction recovery, employment, housing, community support, everything. By focusing on four key areas, we can help individuals regain control of their lives, break free from the past patterns, and build a stable future. Community based program treatments are much needed, ensuring access to mental health and addiction services. Peer support is necessary, mentorship is necessary, encouraging accountability, guidance, and hope is necessary. Employment and skill building is required, creating financial independence and career opportunities for people in employment and skill building, creating financial independence and career opportunities, housing stability, providing safe, secure living conditions by implementing those evidence-based strategies, we reduce relapse, improve long-term well-being, and empower individuals to rebuild their lives successfully. Community-based treatment programs, the importance of continued care. Did you know? Studies show that individuals who receive continuous mental health and addiction treatment post release are significantly less likely to reoffend. Unfortunately, many individuals leave prison without a proper treatment plan, leading to high relapse rates and increased risk of reincarceration. Community based treatment essential. Many individuals start therapy or medication in prison, and without follow up, progress is often lost. Address the underlying issue, treat treating trauma addiction and mental illness, reduce self-destructive behaviors, prevent impulsive decisions. Structured treatment helps individuals develop healthier coping strategies instead of resorting to substance use or crime. Reduces strain on emergency services, providing access to proper care, lowers hospital visits, overdose rates, and criminal incidents. Now, what are the type of communities that can help? Outpatient rehab and counseling allows individuals to receive professional therapy while adjusting to their daily life. Medication assisted treatment now, in which we give medications like methadone. Medication assisted treatment uses medication which helps individuals who are dealing with opioid addiction. CBT and trauma therapy has helped many formerly incarcerated individuals have untreated PTSD, depression, and anxiety. Holistic wellness program incorporated with medication, mindfulness, yoga, and exercises to promote mental and emotional healing has helped many individuals. Actionable steps: encourage early enrollment in rehab programs before release. Partner with local clinics and nonprofits to offer lower cost or free treatment services. Educate families and employers about the importance of mental health support. Peer support is necessary, and the mentorship along with it. The power of a shared experience. Sometimes the best support comes from someone who truly understands what you are going through. Peer mentorship is one of the most effective strategies for long time recovery and reintegration. Now, why peer support works? Because it offers guidance from individuals who have been there. Many formerly incarcerated individuals struggle to trust traditional authorities figures, but they relate better to someone who has walked a similar path, creates a support system, which makes them feel relatable. Many individuals experience isolation post release. A mentor provides an emotional encouragement and accountability, encourages self worth, feeling of accepted and understand that reduces self destructive behavior, improves problem solving skills. Mentors teach individuals how to handle stress, cravings, and social pressure without resorting to crime or substance abuse. One of the examples of this is a 12-step program called AA or NA. These groups focus on addiction recovery, accountability, and personal growth. Now, the re-entry support circles can help as well. These are community-based groups that provide guidance, job assistance, and social reintegration. Family-based mentorship can also help. Many churches and religious organizations offer mentoring programs to support individual post-release. There are non-profit re-entry programs as well, such as organizations like Fortune Society and Homeboy Industries provide peer support and training. What steps can be taken? Encourage individuals to join a support group immediately upon release. Recruit former inmates as mentors to guide newly released individuals, increase funding for peer-led programs to expand their impact. Employment and skill building is so necessary. It breaks the cycle through job opportunities. One of the biggest challenges the formerly reincarcerated individual is finding a stable employment. Without a job, individuals struggle financially, face social stigma, and often return to crime for survival. Now, what are the common employment barriers? As we have discussed earlier, employer bias. Many companies are reluctant to hire individuals with criminal records. Lack of modern job skills. Some individuals haven't worked in years, need updated training. The legal restriction also becomes a problem. Certain professions bar individuals with specific convictions cannot work. Now, for these gaining legal restriction. Certain profession bar individuals with specific conviction. Now, solution for gaining employment. Solutions for gaining employment. Job readiness programs, resume building, interview coaching, and job search training can help. Vocational training programs providing skills in carpentry, plumbing, IT, food services, and mechanics can help a lot. Now, all these internships you can partnering with businesses to offer on the job trainings. Second chance employers. Companies committed to hiring formerly incarcerated individuals is required. Actionable steps. Promote ban the box policies to remove the criminal record question from job application. Expand the vocational training programs in prison for to prepare individuals before release. Encourage businesses to hire second chance employees through tax incentives and fundings. Housing stability. The role of safe housing in recovery. A stable home is one of the strongest predictors of successful reintegration. Why housing matters? It provides a stable foundation for individuals that so they can focus on employment and sobriety rather than survival. Prevents relapse, prevent the relapse. Those without housing are more likely to return to old networks and relapse into crimes or substance abuse. Improving overall well being. Safe housing reduces stress, anxiety, and instability. The housing support options, how many are there available? There are transitional housing programs, short term housing with structured support. Now, sober living homes are also available, drug free houses for individuals in addiction recovery. There are government and non-profit housing initiatives as well. These are programs that provide permanent, affordable housing. Now, the actionable steps required in these criteria is that increase funding for transitional and permanent housing programs, advocate the policies to expand the housing access for formerly incarcerated individuals, connect individuals to housing programs before they even are released. Now, the resources for reentry and call of action, national and local support services, SAMHSA's National Helpline for Mental Health and Addiction Support, local mental health rehab centers, job placement programs for former inmates. All of these help now. Call to action. If you are a mental health professional, consider offering services for reentry programs. If you are a community leader, advocate for policies supporting second chances. If you have lived experiences, become a mentor or a peer counselor. If you are a community leader, advocate for policies supporting second chances. If you have a lived experience, become a mentor and a peer counselor. Now, reintegration is possible with the right support. Let's build a society where second chances truly exist. So today I spent my whole day with honor of Psych Station where we recorded some lectures. I hope you guys like them and hope you guys have a positive feedback for that as well. The whole team was really cooperative. It was really fun working with them. The whole team of Ace Production, the light and everything, and everyone around me was really nice. The funny story, how do I know the honor of Psych Station though? So we were in the same department, different no, the degree program was the same as well, just the different batches. And randomly we just started talking. We both felt like, we both are extroverted people. So he saw me and I saw him, and we both were in our own group. And that was the first interaction that I remember. And from there, we just casually started talking. And from there, well, here I am after so many years. I think we have known each other for like 7 years now, and it has been a really pleasure knowing him. And now that as a grown up, as an adult, that I'm working with him, I'm really honored that he asked me and he approached me for this project. And I wish him well. And yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you, Umar. And